What up, Rapid Runners? How's it going? Welcome back to the weekly recap. Today we got a couple things to go over. First of all, how was your week, Gavin?
Yeah, more squirrel with a gun.
More squirrel with a gun.
All week. 16 hours a day, 18 hours, 20 hours a day.
You really have been grinding that game a lot. And you know what, to be fair, I put a lot of time into glitch hunting as well. I think I already have 30 plus hours in just glitch hunting, really. So, how many hours do you have? I'm kind of afraid to ask.
It's like 110.
Jeez. Yeah, you're putting in work. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Looks like we got only a couple people in today, but that is okay. This will be uploaded on YouTube. Which, by the way, I don't recall the last week's episode going live, even though I exported it to YouTube. So I'll have to check that out. If the last week's episode never actually went live, there might have been an issue with export from Twitch. What up, Ilario? What's up, Luigi? What? I see a calculator, but
I'm just trying to show you. So, you know, we've only been playing the game for a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, 110 hours adds up to about 15 and a half hours a day.
Oh my god. Come on, Gavin.
Yeah.
You need some rest. Take a break from the game for a day. Alright, well, anyway, with that being said, let's jump into our speedrun topics. So, first question, if you could speedrun any game from your childhood that you haven't yet, which would it be and why?
It probably has to be Ocarina of Time. Just because of its popularity and the amount of mods and like glitches that the game has, it's just like endlessly replayable.
Yeah, the randomizer stuff is so much fun. I think the reason why I never speedran Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask is because I'm a really big any percent runner, and as you guys know, the ace in those games, arbitrary code execution, is just not something I'm looking to get into. I may consider looking at other, other categories within those games at some point in the future. But for me, this is actually a good question for me because I actually tried running like my childhood speedrun recently, and it didn't go well. That was Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah.
The tricks in that game are really, really difficult. But that was like my favorite game growing up. If I had to think of one that I haven't actually tried to speedrun yet, I think the next game from my childhood that I'll be looking into is probably Maximo, Ghost of Glory. It's just
what?
It's just one of my favorite games growing up.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, it's like a It's kind of hard.
Maximo.
It's kind of hard to describe the genre of game because you don't really see games like it anymore. It's kind of just like your action and adventure. I mean combat, and yeah, I mean it really. I don't know what genre it would really fit in. Maybe ARPG of sorts, but not your typical ARPG. But yeah, Maximo. That's the game I would probably look into. I really enjoyed it.
This looks really old. It's PlayStation 2.
Yeah, exactly. Childhood game. Yeah. I think a few people that I have spoken to over the years actually was interested in playing it too, which was really odd, knowing that people even knew what the game was. So that's something.
Yeah. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the most satisfying glitch or skip to pull off in a speedrun? For you.
Okay, so this one is Halo 3. The very first level in Halo 3 is called CR117. I found a skip, a co-op only skip, that there's like 3 different variations of it. One that saves 7 seconds, one that saves 9, and another that saves 13. But they progressively get significantly more and more difficult. So the 7-second one is actually really easy, and we do that in the IL record run. But the 9 and 13-second one are just, they jump up in difficulty. It's like you're under a time constraint. You have like 50 seconds to do all this other stuff with 4 people, and everyone has to plays a specific role. And if they make like a single mistake, then it's done.
Yeah. Lunistus Tuki 5-1. Are you familiar with that one? Because I know you play Lunistus.
5-1. Yeah, Tuki's wild on there. Okay, yeah. So you're in the tree tops in the Lunistus playing as Tuki, and because you have 3 additional jumps, even though they're very small jumps, you can cover a lot of distance with that. And that allows you to jump from tree to tree that you're not supposed to. And you can do that in several places in 5-1.
So, I guess for me, it's going to be... I mean, how can I not say it's the elevator launch in Hellfire? Like, that is my favorite skip that I ever found, favorite glitch I ever found. And it's so satisfying when it actually does what you wanted to do. Like, the way it launches you and the physics behind it, and it just feels really... It feels really cool. Like, I don't know. I just love everything about that skip. I just wish we could make it, you know,
consistent.
Precise. Yeah, well, consistency to do the trick is easy. Like, we can always do the trick, but making it go where we want it to go is the issue.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, consistency in the way, in the, I guess, where you get launched, yeah, that's the one thing we need to find, but aside from that, man, I love that skip. It's so much fun to hit, especially when it goes in your favor. It's just, you feel like a god. Just fly across the entire level.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wish you had a cool skip from Monster Hunter? I think it's gonna come. I think you need to spend more time glitch hunting instead of scripting, and I think you'll find something. You definitely have the knowledge of Monster Hunter, Luigi. I think you can do it. Alright, so let's see. How would you design a game specifically for speedrunning?
How would I design a game?
Game developer Gavin.
Yeah, I would focus. My primary, I don't know about primary focus, but I would definitely focus a lot on movement and keeping it like very simple. Just like add a twist to it. So like, if you think about like Super Mario Odyssey, how Cappy is the twist, or Super Mario Sunshine, Flood is the twist, and you just add a whole lot of depth into that one mechanic, and because that way it's like it's simple enough for like a casual player to understand, and well, if you want your game to succeed, you have to have a focus on your casual audience.
Yeah, definitely.
And with the mechanics also being like really simple, then that gives you more time to work on things like aesthetics or unique interactions throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I think when a game becomes too complicated, the speedrun becomes a lot harder to get into as a new runner to the game. I mean, I look at Xanaru play Nier Automata, and I love watching him speedrun it, but every single time I like look at the movement and the tricks he's doing, it's
something new.
It's intimidating, you know? It's intimidating for a new runner to get into it because it's just so much to that game. Now for me, it's actually an interesting question for me because I am a game developer. I have developed a lot of games, haven't released any games, unfortunately, because I never felt I got it to a point where it was good enough to release. But I have actually worked on games with speedrunning in mind, And a lot of the time what I do is actually bring the sliders up. Just like for the jump, bring it up. Speed, bring it up. Like just really like, I guess, take what you have as like a traditional platformer and make it bigger, faster, and then work around that. Like make your levels based around, you know, faster movement, higher jumps, double jumps that maybe give you a lot of air control, physics, you know, where you can take a platform and use the momentum from the platform to get yourself further. Pretty much keeping it simple, like you said, but making the skill ceiling way higher. I also like to intentionally, with my level design, make sections where, when I look at it from a speedrunner perspective, it's like I can get from point A to point B this way, or point A to point B this way. And this way isn't very likely for a casual player to find, but very likely for a speedrunner to find, kind of thing. And that's how I go about my level design and the player controller.
I wonder if it's easier to work on like the speedrunner portion first because it's harder, and then work on like the casual portion of like a level.
Well, that's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I make the mechanics of the player controller first. I push that. So when you're using Unity, you have this thing on the side where if you code your game correctly, it's just a slider for like jump velocity, speed, all that stuff, where you could just, mess with it. And you can mess with it as you're testing it. So you can just bring the jump up, bring the speed up, increase friction or decrease friction. All that stuff adds so much to like the movement. And then for me, like the big thing that really separates like a AAA game from a indie game is actually animations. You'd be surprised how much an animation adds to game design. Animation is almost everything, because when you jump in engine with no animation, it's really dull, really boring, and not fun at all. But you add like a really nice springy animation to the jump, maybe make the character stretch slightly to like almost make it feel like elastic in a way. Like all those little details add so much to how the game feels. And also, I mean, if you're watching a speedrun and the movement's flashy and looks cool, I mean, it's just so much better than, watching a speedrun of just your character lifting up off the ground and, being stiff. So, yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. But that's my take on it as a game developer. All right. So last week we actually went into a new section, which was the upcoming games, and I really liked that, and I think we're going to be doing it going forward. Not every week, but IGN just happened to release a bunch of different trailers, so we got some more upcoming games for you guys to check out this week. And they're pretty good. We got some good ones. So let's go ahead and switch over to that.
I really enjoy looking at these other games because I never do. I never look at other games.
Well, we have some really interesting ones that you may want to potentially speedrun. So some really good speedrunning games, I think, this time around. So let's go ahead. The first game is called Core Breaker. This is the official reveal trailer for Core Breaker. 2D platformer, but it looks dope.
kind of reminds me of Metroid.
Yeah, it does look like a Metroidvania or roguelike of sorts. I don't know which one it is, but look at the moveset that you have and the movement. It's kind of wild. Really flashy. Movement looks great. And the fact that the warning sign, you can definitely see that it has inspiration from Metroid with the boss encounter. So I'm hoping more for a Metroidvania, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's roguelike or Metroidvania. Either way, I think it looks awesome. Definitely something to take a look at. Wish list now on Steam.
I'm gonna find out.
All
It should
right.
say Metroidvania or not.
Next, we got the Plucky Squire. I did post this one inside the general, but for
After
anybody who's
navigating
watching,
the treacherous Sonnet swamps, Jot and company find the friendly snail folk in a
they don't
spot
gotta go
of
looking for
bother.
it inside the Discord. Now, this game I thought is really cool. I really like the transition from like 3D platforming to 2D platforming in this game.
Well done, Violet. It looks like Jot's going to need a bit more range to pull this off. Good thinking, Thrash. Perhaps something on the desk can be of help.
2D and 3D platforming.
Oh, that kind of gives me
nicely.
It Takes Two vibes right there. Just how it looks.
Yeah. I really love it. It looks so good. This is definitely going to be one of the games that I pick up, personally.
Up your bounce.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It kind of reminds me of
Wait.
something
Jot,
like
you're
100th
not
Coin
thinking.
was working on.
Well now. Oh,
I
hang
don't
on
remember
tight.
what game though.
A little battling here, some vanquishing there.
I like how I think if this trailer shows it shows her go into a card, like a playing card. So I just think it's gonna be like really unique, like experience from start to finish. I don't know, like so much for speedrunning.
Well, I
It depends
suppose
on
that's
how much
one
we can
way to
actually
infiltrate a castle.
skip, and because it does seem like the movement's a little slow. But at least from a casual
your head.
playthrough, it looks like it's gonna be a blast. Oh yeah, it does show her going into the playing card.
Uh-oh. It looks like she doesn't trust you, Jot. Oh dear. This doesn't seem to be working. Where combat fails, diplomacy prevails.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just a really different game. I actually tried making one of these like
Time to
storybook
take
type
care of
2D,
business.
or I guess isometric platformers
Oh my.
of sorts. It did not go well.
All of a sudden, buff. Super buff, ripped. The bow looks so out of
Well
place.
done. The snail folk are
Believe it
safe
or not, my
once more,
first ever
thanks to the plucky squire.
game development project was a game that was like this. Very similar, actually. It was like a So it was like a table in the middle of a kitchen is the first level, and on the table had like a desktop game, like tabletop game, and you would like 3D platform around like the kitchen until you got to the table where you enter the game in 2D, not really 2D, more like isometric transition, and it was a lot of fun. Never got to finish it. Next, we got Ruffy and the Riverside. This one looks like it could be a really good speedrun.
Oh yeah, I was seeing like ads for this on speedrun.com.
Really?
But the game's not even out yet.
I mean, the movement looks so good.
That looks like Wind Waker water.
It does. It does look like a Wind Waker water. This whole like 2D and a 3D world thing is really taking off. There's been so many games coming out with this art style.
You have 3 hearts too? Really reminded me of Legend of Zelda here.
The Rubik's Cube boss.
That would suck if they made you like have to solve a Rubik's Cube.
There's so much life in this game, like, it looks so good. Alright. So, the next game, I know that SpongeBob SquarePants is a big speedrun game. Like, all the SpongeBob games have a lot of runners. But there is a new one coming out, and it does not focus on SpongeBob as the main character. It focuses on Patrick, and it is the Patrick Star game.
This is Patrick.
I'd
He's always
imagine
rolling around causing mischief.
that this is gonna have a lot of
More he
speedrunners
rolls,
because of the game.
the faster he goes, and the more
SpongeBob game.
chaos he unleashes.
I'm sure it will.
They
Fuel
always
up
do.
with food and unleash a super burp.
Big one.
So, like, if you're looking for a big community, this is
From
probably
crazy rides to wild
a good
drives,
game to go
Patrick's
to.
adventures are endless.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fun.
Take a break
Look,
and
they're already
Patrick
doing
will catch
speedrun
some
strats inside the trailer.
Z. Join the fun in SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game.
I swear they make these games with speedrunning in mind because it's just their biggest, their biggest group of players is the speedrunners. All right, this one's interesting. I'm excited about this. The game developers that made Croc is returning and doing a remaster. All I can do is hope that the movement isn't as jank as it was back then. If they fix the movement, this could be really big. I love Croc. I actually played it not too long ago. The original one. On the PlayStation 1, by the way. The original PlayStation. A couple months ago, I drew it into my backwards compatible PlayStation 3. And it worked. So I was playing it.
Or you're preparing yourself for the speedrun?
I do know the speedrun. That is a plus. I do know the speedrun. But maybe we'll see. Next we got Hella. This game looks awesome. I think when it comes to similar games, it looks like art style similar to your Squirrel game. But it looks good. It looks good. Hella looks great. This is what I'm definitely gonna check out, I think.
are they drawing with?
I always love when these games come up that I never heard of before that all of a sudden become like one of my anticipated games, you know. You're right over there, Gavin?
Yeah.
You dying?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, especially when it's like a genre that you like really enjoy too.
Yeah, and this is like an open world. It looks like an open world 3D platform adventure of sorts. So
There's 2 of them co-op. Co-op.
I think it is. I think it is potentially.
Oh my god.
Does look co-op, but
Yeah.
it could also, you know, be a single-player experience with numerous characters. There's not enough information yet, but it does look co-op to me. And lastly, we got a big one. Unfortunately, it's not on PC, but it is the next big 3D platformer, I believe. Like, big title, franchise, and hopefully there's more of them, and hopefully it comes to PC. But I am so upset that I cannot play this game right now. I've watched some of my speedrunners play it on Twitch, and I tell you, I get 5 minutes in, and I'm like, nope, it looks too good to be spoiled. I leave the stream. So this is Astrobot. I will have to get a PlayStation 5 at some point and play this game.
Just for this game, that's it.
This game and the new GTA, I have to get one anyway because the new GTA is going to be coming to only PlayStation at first.
It's supposed to be like what, $100? A new GTA too?
It looks so good, man.
Yeah, it looks great.
I want to play it so bad. The reviews are so good too, by the way. Like, this game is doing so well. I love the Ape Escape games. Ape Escape is one of my favorite games of all time.
There was a whole lot of references.
Yeah. It's just the PlayStation universe. It's so Lord. Yeah, on PS5. Throw it in my face.
Oh, it's already out too. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was
no.
saying. I was watching my people, like my speedrunners play it, and I just couldn't. 5 minutes in, I had to turn it off because I just didn't want any spoilers. That's how good it looks. I look at them play, I'm just like, oh, I'm so jealous. I want one so bad. All right, let's head back here. All right, so that was our upcoming games for this week. I don't know if we're gonna have one next week. We'll see if more games come out that is good enough to showcase. But what'd you think of that? Which one was your favorite?
Astro Boy.
Astrobot? Yeah,
Yeah, Astrobot.
Yeah, I
Astro
mean,
Boy.
it looks so good. It looks so good. I wish I had a PS5. That would have been a day one purchase for me if I had a PlayStation 5. I'm about to buy a PlayStation 5 just to play that game. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a $600 game right there.
That actually transitions really well into our next section, which is update on, future bounties, because I might potentially have a job lined up. I don't know. So for those who know that I got laid off and the reason why bounties have been so difficult lately, I've been looking for work ever since. It's been months that I've been looking for work. I may have found a position. I'm not sure yet. I do know that the position is opening, and I have an in. So it's kind of like just fingers crossed, Hopefully I get it. If I get it, that means that we will be seeing more bounties sooner. If I don't get it, all that means is that the Patreon money that we are raising will be going to the next bounty. Right now we only have Alario as a Patreon. Thank you again, Alario. And that money is being, it's going to be saved up for a bounty. And as soon as I can put a little bit of money aside, I'll also add to it so we can try to get the bounty to come sooner than later. That is the main goal, is like, let's get a bounty as soon as I can. But it really just depends on what I can afford, So look forward to a bounty coming somewhat soon, if I get the position even sooner. And I will let you guys know, as always, as soon as I have an update on whether that's going to happen sooner or later, and I will update you all on Discord. I'll update you in the weekly recap. But do know that bounties are not going anywhere. We are still going to do bounties. It's just a matter of, getting to a place where we can afford to do so, which I'm hoping is soon. Hoping is very soon. That's it for that, though. I just didn't want you guys to think that bounties are done. That's not the case at all. With that being said, there is a Rapid Runner this week. Actually, a Rapid Runner is inside the chat today. The Rapid Runner of the week is going to be Luigi. Luigi is always pushing that Monster Hunter time. He's always sharing it with the community. He's always here at the on the streams every Sunday. And he's one of our active members, and I believe this is his second Rapid Runner of the Week title. So congratulations, Luigi, on Rapid Runner of the Week. The Luigi emo. Alright, then we got two things left to cover today. We got the raid party winner. Spoiler alert. I'm the new raid boss. Let me actually head over to the
That's right.
the raid party that way. This way.
No way.
So yes, the raid party event was the game Gizmo. What's really funny is yesterday was the last day to run the game, and I went into the raid boss secret channel this morning to see what time Zan, had for his raid boss event. And the first thing I read in the raid boss channel is, well, I was too distracted playing Squirrel with a gun. GG's.
It's too good. It's too good. I'm telling you.
So he did get a run in. My run was faster, but something really interesting happened with this raid party event. This is the first raid party event that led to a world record. So not only is it the winning run of the raid party, but it is the new world record run for Gizmo 100%, and that's what we are going to showcase right now. The Gizmo 100% world record. It's only 1 minute and 45 seconds, but exciting stuff. Here it is, the 100% world record. I'm getting more consistent though, so that's all that matters. I love the movement in this game, by the way. We'll have this run. It's so good today. Man, the beginning of this run was so clean.
Yeah, and then the ending happened.
Yeah, I mean it's still it's world record by 5 seconds, so that's pretty good. But yeah. it could have been 7, 8 seconds. Typical speedrunner mindset, right? It could have been better. wish that they did more with the game. By the way, after this, it was my goal to find an out of bounds because it seemed impossible to find an out of bounds in this game. And I actually did find one eventually, so pretty cool. Not one that will help any of the categories though.
Oh no.
No, I just challenged myself to find an out of bounds in this game because it seemed literally impossible. They really did a good job. Oh no! And there's the mistake there. The 2 to 3 second mistake. Might not even have been 2 to 3 seconds, but with everything, you know, throughout the run, at least 2 to 3 seconds of mistakes easily.
So be it.
145.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, I honestly
Yeah.
think I'm just gonna take it, man. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take it. And that is the run. I wanted to push it a little bit further, but man, this game, because of it being so short, 1 minute and 45 seconds, and just having to reset over and over again, my fingers were killing me. Because it's a lot of like really precise, fast movement, and it's just really demanding on the hands. But let's go ahead and check out what we got next here. Oh, by the way, Raid Boss, I will update everything. And we will have a new Raid Boss game, or Raid Party game, in 3 days from now. I'm just going to decide which game it is. I think I have one, maybe 2 in mind. I'm just going to figure out which one I want to do.
It's Mika.
Maybe, potentially. Probably.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't decided yet, okay? I haven't decided yet. I don't know yet. But Raid Boss game will be coming soon here. Lastly, we got community highlights. So, the first of the community highlight is the squirrel game, once again. So, a little backstory on how this happened. Xanaru rode a rocket from one part of the stage to the upper part of the stage before he was supposed to be there on the final boss of the game. And this had some weird effects to the helicopter because he wasn't supposed to be there yet, and the helicopter was in the phase of fighting on the stage below it, but it did raise up to fight it on the second stage. It just wasn't ready to get there yet. And that's what happens when you do that. So he's on the second platform. He's not supposed to be here yet.
Oh my god.
What? Okay.
Just rolls off. So what I noticed was the top propeller there was red.
Yeah.
Could you finish the boss early? Because you're not supposed to be able to damage that yet, right?
I was just thinking that too.
So we were talking about it inside the stream. It's something we're gonna have to check out, definitely. Because I noticed that when he was shooting it, it wasn't taking damage, but when he rode the rocket into it, that's how it took damage. So I wonder if we could ride the rocket, you know, twice, and right into the propeller at the top and finish the boss early. Something we might have to look into.
Yeah.
But
just
all
one
right.
shot.
We only got 2 clips for the community highlights today. The other clip is mine. This is one of the fights for the Black Myth Wukong, and I thought this would be a good addition because we talked about the game last week as a game to check out. This was the final boss of the first section. There's so many more bosses, so you're not spoiling much with this one, but yeah, this was a fight that took me a while. Close. It took a while to get through this fight. I would say at least 20 attempts probably. And I want to take back what I said last week about this being more like God of War. I think Giz was the one that said it was more like God of War, and from the gameplay I agreed that it was like more like God of War than Dark Souls, but after playing the game, it's closer to Dark Souls than God of War. This game is tough.
Are you saying God of War is easy?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think God of War is easy. You're buying it the second it goes on sale. It's great. It's so good. I hated this bear, though. This bear drove me crazy. But apparently the tiger that I'm going to be experiencing in next act is going to be way worse. So... So the thing about this game that I noticed is... When I first watched it, I saw all the flashy movement and attacks and thought it was just to make the game's combat feel fun, engaging, and put a twist on the Dark Souls genre. But I then realized after playing it that every single attack is really important to getting through these fights. Like, you actually have to learn your moves and how to use them to take on every challenge in this game, which just adds a level of complexity to like a Souls-like game that is so much fun. It is such a good game. I can't stress it enough. No wonder it's doing as well as it is. Like, the reviews are great, the sales are great, everything is doing so well on this game, and I understand why. You'll probably see me streaming this within the next day or two, maybe even tonight, who knows. But I'll be continuing this on my stream, personal stream. I don't miss this bear.
Yeah, the only fights I've seen for this game are like, I think the last fights of the game, and they are disrespectful.
It's hard. It's real hard. That was my last potion there, so I've died here so many times after taking the last sip. That stun just saved me for that stagger. Yes! There we go. The cut off. Yes! How do I stop this from... There we go. I'll do that. Alright, let's go back here. No, not here. Here. Alright, and that was our weekly recap for this week. Look forward to the raid party game being announced in 3 days, because I only have 3 days to choose. That's just the rules of raid party. Normally we've been lucky enough to announce them on Sundays a lot of the time. Sometimes we don't. This time it's not going to be a Sunday announcement because it just ended this morning, so expect it on either Tuesday or Wednesday. Most likely Tuesday. I'm counting today as a full day, so Tuesday will be the announcement for the next raid party game. And this one could be paid, could be free. Last game was free, so we got a option there. Alright, is there anything you would like to add this week, Gavin?
Play Squirrel with a gun. I would like some competition, please. Yeah, I'm like 7 minutes ahead of second right now.
I mean, to be fair, your movement is ahead of everybody right now, so that's the main reason why you're so far ahead is your movement is just way ahead of everybody right now. He's too busy with Monster Hunter Arenas. Sorry, Gavin.
Dang.
You're not gonna get Luigi as a competitor. Alright, with that being said, thank you everybody for stopping in for the weekly recap today. Keep a lookout for any bounty information, keep a lookout for Raid Party, and also, before I go, we are scheduling the first Patreon event, so that's coming. I believe it's going to be a event that's gonna be, I guess, some of the Patreon content is gonna be Patreon locked, and others is gonna be posted on the official RR4F YouTube for people to see what's going on over there and decide whether it's something that they want to be a part of. This one, I believe, since it's our first event, I think we're gonna post it on the YouTube channel, but only Patreon and staff are going to partake in the event itself. So if you guys want to partake in the event, just join the Patreon. Even at the $5 one, you get access. You don't have to do what Ilario's doing, which is extra generous, which is the superhero package, which is our most expensive package. You don't need that to, you know, participate. But there is an event that we are scheduling, and I've already talked to Ilario about it. I haven't talked with anybody else about the details, but I'll talk to you about it after the stream today, Gavin, see if it's something you want to do. But look forward to that. It should be a new content coming out on the YouTube channel. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for stopping in today, and I will see you all next week. Have a good rest of your week and weekend. Until next time.
You guys.